All right. Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is July the 25th, 2018. Strong hand, long-term thinking. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. This is where the big boys play. All right, this is my second attempt at this show. That's why I'm talking very slowly here. You guys might remember a few days ago, there were some technical difficulties and it just froze. And well, the same thing happened. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea. No idea at all. I think let's just move on with the show because a lot of you aren't watching this live and are wondering what the heck I'm talking about. So I will start again here. And remember, this game is not rigged. Bitcoin, this game is not rigged. Okay, so I'm going to be on Andy Hoffman's show on the World Crypto Network in the morning at 9:30 a.m. Thursday morning. That is Mountain Standard Time in Denver, in Edmonton, in Calgary, wherever. So tune in then. Always check out the link section below, guys. If you're watching this show not live, the links will be updated. If you're watching it live, it's not updated. But hey, you can go back to the previous show that hardly showed up for about 1 minute. It's got all the links there too, if you desperately need to see the links right now. All right, moving on. Wow. I do these shows every day. You know, there's bound to be some technical difficulties, but you persevere. You keep on doing it, dudes. Day after day is a different adventure every day. You roll with the punches. You keep on going. And so here we are. Here we are. Stay cool. And Josh Cohort sent $1.99 to super chat. He says, "Can you discuss Bitcoin valuations?" Well, are you new here, Josh? Because one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. I don't talk about what the fiat price at all. You actually also asked in another super chat, and I thank you very much, Josh, for the super chat donations. I really, really do. You asked about Berkshire Hathaway. Could Bitcoin be worth as much as Berkshire Hathaway one day? And of course, oh yes, of course it could be. But let's think of it. It's going to be bigger to the world than Berkshire Hathaway is, than what's his face is in Nebraska. Okay, Bitcoin is way bigger than that. I mean, we're talking about the implications on the world. It's like the next internet. So to compare it to, it's a good comparison because that is a long-term thinking stock. Okay, that's all about long-term thinking and patience and boring stuff. It's invests in boring trains and commodities and it's over time. It's grown and grown, and that's what it's like the rock of stocks, and Bitcoin is the rock of cryptocurrency. It's the rock of the monetary system. It will be soon enough. So I'm not going to give you number predictions. What I tell people is 2020 halving. Just think long term. It will be in the future. You're going to be able to get a lot with this Bitcoin. It has gone up in, if you care about fiat value, it's gone up quite a bit since, I was telling people in 2015, 2014 to get it, 2013. So I'm not going to give you number predictions because that's number porn. Everybody's into this number. They want to hear specific numbers. Dude, that's an 80%er type of thing. I'm not a prophet, and I'm not going to give you 8 and magical numbers that make you feel special and everything because they're the repetitive numbers and they're special codes. That's not what life is about. It's about being in motion. It's about not being impulsive. Don't sell your Bitcoin. Don't try to play games with it. Don't be a trader. There's a link below that's going to discuss trading and how wasteful it can be and how dangerous it can be. So let's get there's all sorts of innovation that's going on with Bitcoin right now. The Lightning Network is what people like to talk about. There's a guy, Andreas Brecken, who reviews the Lightning Network in his latest post, which is linked to below. Bitcoin Lightning Network number 3, paying for goods and services. And Andreas, I think a lot of people accuse him of being associated with King of the Trolls and the Bcash people. I know Andreas Brecken has tweeted about Bcash in the past. I don't think he's coming from the same perspective a lot of us are coming from. He might be kind of critical of Lightning Network. Read the article for yourself. It's interesting to see other perspectives. Right? I mean, the conclusion you can get out of this is it's very early days in the Lightning Network. It's still very clunky. You shouldn't be experimenting with it if you're not a tech guy or if you're not willing to lose money on it. By the way, check out my shirt here. Check out the Trezor links below. You can get all sorts of good things. People like to see the notorious BTC shirt. So one thing that I like that Andreas Brecken pointed out, though, was that he was able to send a point, just 1/100th of a cent, which is great, which kind of makes those penny coins like Dogecoin useless. But Lightning Network's going to make a lot of things useless, okay? But again, Lightning Network is still, it's not ready for prime time yet. So, if you're playing around with it, it's still complex. And I think his review, linked to below, basically says that. So check it out if you want some reading material. It's clunky right now. Okay, here's a tweet that I commented on, actually. I should have linked to what I commented on. The only people who use cash are drug dealers and mobsters. Michael Cohen's lawyer, Lanny Davis, tells Chris Cuomo. He released a tape because it contradicts the president's lawyer's claim that Trump told Cohen to write a check instead of paying cash to the former model. Okay, I don't care about politics at all, but it does pique my interest when I hear about mainstream figures trying to paint cash as an evil thing, as something that drug dealers and mobsters use. And it's the step before they say it for Bitcoin. And the funny thing is, this tweet is just an emotional tweet that gets partisan people riled up. While who cares about the political aspect of it? I care about that it's just accepted by the general public that, oh yeah, sure, mobsters, drug dealers use cash. It must be bad. If he didn't write a check, it must be bad. Checks are great. Cash is for villains. Making money is terrible. It's all, again, we have this war on cash, war on productivity, war on personal responsibility. Giving to charity is the greatest thing. It's the most productive thing. No, this world was built on people being productive with cash transactions, whatever type of it doesn't matter. Money isn't evil. So the next step is Bitcoin. And so I bring this up is because everybody eats this kind of stuff up. The mainstream media, they don't question it. The 80%ers don't question it. So they're not going to question it when Bitcoin is made the villain. But the funny thing is when Bitcoin is made the villain, it's going to wake a lot of people up to it. A lot of 20%ers up. Because right now, hardly anybody knows about Bitcoin, really, or wants to use it. But there are people that are fed up with people vilifying cash, vilifying productivity, and they'll see that Bitcoin is the ultimate cash and the ultimate in productivity and the ultimate in personal responsibility and the complete opposite of this kind of theme that is being put out there by the mainstream media. So none of you have excuses. When you see tweets like this about how cash is evil, you should be getting right on the ball. I'm like, okay, now Bitcoin's still cheap because this is only the beginning on the war on cash, which is a greater war on non-controllable assets. And Bitcoin is the ultimate in unconfiscatable, uncontrollable. Again, they'll have Fed coin. They'll be able to control that. So, and many 80%ers will opt into it. So that tweet should be a wake-up call. So in 3 years, when you're like, oh, I didn't know to buy Bitcoin. No, that's one of the signs of the 4 horsemen of why you should buy Bitcoin. Pound that like button. All right, I'm getting back into the flow after all these technical difficulties. So let's talk about numbers real quick. Let's talk about numbers here real quick. I made a joke yesterday. First of all, this is called the One Bitcoin Show. You should aim to get 1 Bitcoin, then 2 Bitcoin, then 10 Bitcoin. And then I said 420 Bitcoin. And someone said, oh, in the comments section, 420. You know, thinking that I said 420 because of marijuana. And so many people, again, their default is drugs. Do you guys know why I said 420 Bitcoin? I believe that I said right before at 210. There's only going to be 21 million of them ever, okay? It's 420, if you have 420, that's that's a huge, it's 210 times 2. That's where I got it. From that whole 21, you know, I said to get 21, I said to get 210. That's 420 is 210 times 2. That's where that's from. That it's just the basis on the whole 21 million thing in Bitcoin. So I'm thinking about money and you know, the how awesome Bitcoin is that it has this set amount, you know, it's deflationary. And then we got most people default to think I'm talking about drugs and stuff. Guys, come on. Let's get into a new Bitcoin. And you know what? I'm not trying to make you dudes feel bad or anything like that. You know, I understand mainstream culture has, you know, taught you like 420 drugs, cool. Guys, it's better to be in the financial mindset than to be in the deep. Like again, we live in a world where people are like, well, Adam must be on coke because he's so excited all the time. People aren't used to people being healthy and happy anymore. It's just like, the mainstream world is such a world of, it's not a world of happiness. It's a world of fitting in and digging in on people and like running away, using drugs to run away or using drugs to be healthy, when in the natural state of things, when you actually think about life and you actually think long term and you take some time and personal responsibility, you could be naturally healthy, you can be naturally wealthy, and a lot of other things. So I don't know. When I thought that was interesting. And again, you know, you see guys, it's funny. There's different types of comments, you know. And I'm going to talk about a guy who left a really thought-provoking comment. And then you have guys that just leave comments that are like, and I can't believe people leave comments like this. They're like, Bcash sucks. I'm like, okay, what does that really mean? You just sound like a monkey when you say something like that. A freaking parrot could say something like that. It's so mindless. But then I just have to think about how like the 80%ers, I mean, this is the majority. And I love being in this 20% overlay, the Bitcoin overlay. And I shouldn't even talk about these 80%ers, but I'm bringing this up because there are people on the border. And I'm trying to say there's a better way out there, people. There's a better way out there. The internet is such a powerful tool to get in touch with people who think, who use logic and reason, who don't just like get off from drugs and seeing one word comments or saying you suck. You know, or, you know, what, you're getting in a fight in a football game. Yeah, it was cool. All right, we're really getting off topic here. But hey, it was a technical difficulty day. Why not? So thank you very much, Vention, for the super chat yesterday. I felt terrible that I didn't see your super chat. You sent $5. It was really awesome. And you said, agreed, wealthy people aren't necessarily evil, but there are evil wealthy people. And he goes, ahem, king of the trolls, anyone? And I will give them no slack. Well, first of all, I agree that wealthy people aren't necessarily evil. There are some evil wealthy people. They're evil poor people too, who would have taken my wealth, who say tax him because he's successful. But also, I don't think King of the Trolls is evil, by the way, either. I don't think King of the Trolls is evil. And evil is a pretty harsh word. And I just think he's very misguided. He is, he might like power and attention. I don't think he's evil. I don't think he's evil. I wanted to clear that up. But no, so Invention doesn't give any evil people any slack, people that he can see. So yeah, that's good. If someone's evil, I just ignore, try to ignore the evil people. The people you think are evil, try to ignore them. Okay, again, Josh Kohalt, he was the one who brought up the Berkshire Hathaway. I addressed that. So thank you again, Josh, for that super chat. SSM59. He was the guy who left a great comment under my video yesterday. A very thought-provoking comment. He's from a different generation. He is a veteran and a veteran of finance. And I talked about on yesterday's shows and other shows that we need intergenerational wisdom being passed down. Whether financial wisdom, and he passed down some great financial wisdom for some of the people who weren't around for what he was talking about. So check out that link below. Check out yesterday's show and read the comment section. Excuse me. And that is actually linked to below. What else do we have out here? Okay, the Hoffman line again. We talked about the Andy Hoffman line. And one thing that I started to think about after SSM59 posted under my video was that every altcoin out there is shooting to be $100 billion in market capitalization, really, to stay over that line that Bitcoin is over in terms of market cap. Again, we value our wealth in Bitcoin, but the big players out there, they consider Bitcoin a legitimate asset class once it got over $100 billion consistently in market cap. Now, Ethereum has peaked over $100 billion a few times, and even Ripple did like once or twice. Oh my God. But they didn't stay there. Once you cross over the Hoffman line, that $100 billion valuation in terms of market capitalization, and you stay there for like a week or two or a month, then you're good to go. Okay. That's where Bitcoin is. None others have gotten there. But that is the true test of a first tier altcoin, to get there and stay there. So none have accomplished. Some have, again, gotten there for a second and then went back down. That is going to be a main, I talk about all these ways that in the future, top tier altcoins are going to be defined. There you go. If you live above the Hoffman line, you're a top tier altcoin. Pound that like button. Looking forward to 9:30 in the morning. Mountain time. That's 11:30 Eastern time in the morning. Thursday morning, I'll be on Andy's show on World Crypto Network, which is awesome, obviously. I linked to below Ari David Paul, who's been on the show before. He says the futures volume has skyrocketed. CME. Okay, so he shows. Anyway, this is just and he shows a chart. 2 years ago, could we even imagine a chart like this? I mean, it's pretty cool that Bitcoin has advanced that much that we're talking about Bitcoin futures. And speaking about 2 years ago, this is also hard to imagine. Something that Tour de Meester shared in a tweet. New survey. So anyway, I don't know what's up with the Bitcoin futures. You check out that link. The volume is skyrocketing. Is that going to be good? I don't know. In the long run, it's going to really skyrocket. That's my time perspective, as all of you know. I think 2020, I know all of this is going to happen eventually. That's why I just hold. It's unconfiscatable. Got it on my Trezor. No one's taking it from me. But okay, going to what I wanted to say about Tour de Meester. New survey from the Hedge Fund Association. 15% of institutional investors and funds say that blockchain/crypto is seeing the most market demand. Yeah, so 2 years ago, that was impossible to even think of. Okay, and that's one of the most popular segments on this chart. If you link to it, if you check out the link below, 15% of institutional investors and funds say. So yeah, 15% that doesn't seem like the highest of numbers, but the other fractions were very close to that too. So there's a lot of interest in this thing. It'll all blow eventually. So and anyway, check out thisroutmeister.com if you want to see all my past shows. And again, Everything's linked to below. Pound that like button if you like me doing this show basically a second time on the spur of the moment because of the technical difficulties. All right. So this will start some conversations. This chart linked to below. Now that we all are Bitcoin maximalists, we need to take it to the next step and get rid of the confusion surrounding the monetary evolution of Bitcoin. So it's a chart. It's a logarithmic chart that shows the monetary evolution of Bitcoin. Check it out. 3 p.m. on Friday Eastern Time is This Week in Bitcoin. Mark your calendars. On this very channel, I do the This Week in Bitcoin show every Friday. It varies on what time, but this week is at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Hey, dudes, I post a new show on this channel every single freaking day, even if there are technical difficulties, even if it's snowing, even if I'm in Edmonton. I'll be in Boise soon. We're going to have an event there of some sort on the 8th. And then in Hollywood on the 11th, and Philadelphia, crypto coin, it's linked to below, the Philadelphia thing. It's going to be awesome. $45 to get in. CryptoCon, coincon.com. Anyway, I'll get to that in a second. I did that too early there. All right. Oh, I was going to talk about Zimbabwe. I guess I'll talk about Zimbabwe. What the heck? I got you here. Living Without Cash is the name of this video that I linked to from FT, the Financial Times. Basically, there's going to be an election in Zimbabwe very soon. They're showing how the dollar is valued there and how there's hardly any cash there. We've discussed this with Tawanda Kembo many times. But one thing that comes from this video is that there's a lot of hope in these elections that one person, a new leader, will be able to change everything. No, that's not a good way of thinking about it, dudes. If you're in Zimbabwe and you're hoping that, the financial system is going to change, things are going to get better financially because you're going to elect a new president, you're not going to make it very far. If you're in Zimbabwe, get Bitcoin. How about that? Take some personal responsibility. Don't wait for an election. I know a lot of them are used to having one big strong man control everything over there. Robert Mugabe was that guy. That didn't work out too well. You can't, there's no savior to all this. You're your own personal savior. There was an 80s song about that, right? Personal Jesus. Anyway, no, I'm not saying. Some people feel that Jesus is the savior. Obviously that's not what I believe, but that's what that song was. Anyway, we're not going to get into religion and all that stuff right now. Who Moshiach is. But anyway, check out that link below. And we got to have Tawanda Kembo back on the show again. But this is just another reminder. Government isn't going to solve your problems in Zimbabwe. Government's not going to solve your problems in the United States. You can take personal financial responsibility right now, people, right now. And you don't have to debate about anybody's financial policy and worry about what Trump's doing or Mugabe's doing or whoever. James Del Garcio just sent $1.99 in the super chat. Thank you. He says, health. I don't even know what this is, dude. Health Bucharate. I don't know what you're saying, dude. But thank you for the $1.99. Vention says $5 tip for you to not sing. There you go, Vention. I agree with that one. I will not sing for that $5 tip. Thank you much. Everybody, check out Vention MGTOW's channel. Search him out on YouTube. He's got great stuff out there. He's been promoting Bitcoin for quite a long time to the MGTOW dudes out there who are a perfect audience for Bitcoin. MGTOW dudes, you should definitely have a percentage of your wealth in Bitcoin. No excuses. Come on, you've got some disposable wealth. You're not spending it. You're not spending it on some new sofa that some woman told you to buy because your sofa was 1 year old and she was tired of it already. No, you're going to use it on Bitcoin. So MGTOWs, get into Bitcoin. Bitcoin people, reach out to MGTOWs. Dudes like that buy this stuff up and understand. Some just don't know about it yet. They rely on themselves. They don't rely on leaders and put these sociopathic government people on pedestals. All right, so yeah, okay. Here, this is a comment someone left in the notes in the comment section yesterday, and I give this dude credit because some people only talk about the good things that happen to them. This person wanted to share a story that wasn't very good. I feel I have to make a confession. At one time, I held 10 Bitcoin, but I let the FUD shake me out of my position, and I sold. Now, at the present day, I have enough fiat for only 1 Bitcoin. Do I purchase that 1 Bitcoin and build on it, knowing I will never get to the 10 Bitcoin I had before, or put it into alts? Dude, all right. First of all, don't say you'll never get back to 10 Bitcoin again. Come on, man. Aim high. You might get to 20 Bitcoin again. Yeah, come on, dude. So, I mean, you never spend fiat on freaking altcoins. I've never done that. I'm a Bitcoin guy. I'm a 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. Don't gamble. Altcoins are gambling. But I appreciate you sharing that story. All right. If you got any events, people, I'll promote them. I like dudes that are in motion. Alistair Milne, he talks us about, he shares that Bitcoin.com is requiring exchanges that they list on their site to list Bcash on their exchange, or they're not going to list that exchange on the Bitcoin.com site anymore. All right. Well, obviously, we know Bitcoin.com is controlled by some Bcash interests. Big deal. They can do what they want to do, okay? It's fine with me. I don't use Bitcoin.com to look at exchanges. Obviously, some people do, and I guess whatever. The only exchanges they're going to find out about are ones that also sell Bcash. But what I find funny about this is that there are some prominent King of the Trolls. He's the one who owns Bitcoin.com, and he's the one who goes crazy about Reddit and censorship. Well, I mean, and most people are like, well, make your own Reddit. They can, on one Reddit, they can make whatever rules they want. But he calls that censorship. So this is kind of like, is Bitcoin.com practicing King of the Trolls type censorship? I mean, whatever, dude. So I find it ironic. Here's the bottom line. If it's yours, you can do whatever you want to with it. If it's somebody else's and they're not doing something that you approve of, then do something. Then you make your own thing that's better than them. Don't scream censorship. All right? But hey, do what you're going to do. Here is a tweet by Whale Panda. Google removed the real MetaMask and left the fake one with the same branding. Okay, so be careful, people. Be careful if you're an Ethereum person and you're getting MetaMask from Google. All right? This is another reason why even mess with this stuff sometimes. There's some third party, when you're dealing with Ethereum, sometimes there's some third parties involved. When you're getting it off your Trezor, even, you got to deal with a third party. Don't buy Ethereum from Coinbase unless you're familiar with this type of thing. Unless you know how to store it, unless you've sent a Bitcoin before, don't buy freaking Ethereum. Okay, that's one of my big sayings, and this is a hard lesson to learn. Some of these people, they're downloading fake MetaMask, and I don't know what's happening to them and their Ethereum. I always say, before you buy a Litecoin, know how to send a Bitcoin. Some people laugh at that, because they're like, of course, everyone knows how to send a Bitcoin. No, not everyone knows how to send a Bitcoin, and many people just diversify before they've even ever sent a Bitcoin, which is just a fraction of Bitcoin, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. It's ridiculous. This is take it slow, people, in the cryptocurrency learning game, or else you end up making a big mistake. You send your Bitcoin to a Bcash address. You send your Ethereum to Ethereum Classic address. Your Monero gets hacked. All sorts of stuff. Here's another Twitter. Oh, yeah. I linked to, it's by Sicarios, It's a warning against trading. It's linked to below. It's a good story. Matt Odell has a thought-provoking tweet. And this deals with scams and Ethereum. The reason Twitter scam accounts use Ethereum and not Bitcoin is because Ethereum users are used to sending Ethereum to contract addresses in return for tokens /ETH, says Ethereum. It's part of the normal Ethereum user interface flow. Send first, then receive after. Makes it ideal for impersonation giveaway scams. And someone also added, and because Ethereum is often held in browser wallets, whereas Bitcoin is held in cold storage. Hey, man, it's the nature of the beast. Okay, yeah, Philadelphia, August 18th, CryptoCoinCon.com. Bang that bell button, people, if you want to know when I go live, even when there are technical difficulties. That's it for the show. I'll say hi to you guys in the chat. Pound that like button. I hope I didn't skip anything. I got to go back and put all the information from the first show into this show. I'm Adam Meister, Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, check out the notes section below. Guys, thanks a lot. I guess it got dark on me here. Whatever, dudes. I love doing this show, even 2 in a row, just like that. See you guys.